Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back for your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. With that being said, let's just dive in and let's start off with this tweet here. So CoinDesk seems to be really kind of riding the train in terms of saying that XRP is owned by Ripple. But you see all coins start the week in the red, with Ripple's XRP the worst affected, while India will analyze and decide its position on crypto in the coming months. We see from Digital Asset Buy, when's the last time you saw CoinDesk write Vitalik Buterin's Ethereum or Joseph Lubin's Ethereum? You didn't, because these people are paid narrative carriers for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And usually, almost all the time, when we see CoinDesk or Cointelegraph, like a lot of these news platforms, they are extremely biased. Usually the writer or the reporter is a Bitcoin or Ethereum maxi, or the media company is. We've seen this when Ripple had like a slight win in the lawsuit, which was an absolute massive win, I should say. But I'm quoting some of these media companies. They were saying it's a slight win, it's a partial win, it's this, it's that. Like, I was just like, what is going on here? And it really kind of just proves to you that a lot of these media companies are paid carriers, just like we are seeing here from Digital Asset Investor. Like, it's insane to me. And also, by the way, XRP is not the worst affected. Go to the 24-hour. There is altcoins that are down significantly compared to XRP. XRP is one of many that are down. If you actually look at some of the ones that are down the most, Arbitrum, ApeCoin, meme coins, even QNT, Quant, down to $92. So as we really kind of look at this space, like I feel as though one CoinDesk is just utilizing Ripple and XRP to gain some clicks, maybe gain some monetization on their website. I don't know, but it's definitely interesting. And also I feel as though a lot of the FUD starts, and it really kind of begins heavily when we are getting close to the bottom. Don't know if we are there yet, but we definitely need to pay attention. Also, shout out to Ingrid. So there's two tweets by her. The first one is talking a little bit about the financial services evolution from 1960s to this day. This is actually from the World Economic Forum. They're talking about DLT here. And we do see we are at the beginning of the next banking system generation. And here we have it, right? Instead, it should be viewed as one of the many technologies that will form the foundation of the next generation financial services infrastructure. Going all the way back to the 1960s, all the way up to about roughly the 2010s, we do see the emerging technologies into the future. Biometrics, cloud computing, cognitive computing, distributed ledger technology, machine learning, predictive analytics, quantum computing, robotics. DLT is one of many transformative new technologies that will shape future financial services infrastructure and should be seen as a part of a toolbox. Now, of course, when we look at this is from 2016. 2016 from the World Economic Forum. Now, mind you, the reason why I bring this up is because, one, when we look at the World Economic Forum, this is a global private organization. They're the ones making a lot of the moves. And we even see over the last 50 years, technology innovation has been fundamental to financial services industry transformation. Today, multiple technologies poised to drive the next wave of financial services innovation are converging in maturity. Now, that was 2016. Fast forward to now, well, we already have the big moves being made. And it's starting already. India is one of the biggest ones. New products for UPI have been announced by the Reserve Bank of India at the Global FinTech Fest from September 5th through the 7th. Credit lines on UPI. UPI Lite X offline payment. Hello UPI voice-enabled payment. Bill Pay Connect for bill payment. Check this out.
Well, the popularity of UPI has only been growing. It recently crossed 10 billion monthly transactions. And now you have the NPCI coming up with a whole host of new products that will only expand its use case. The first product that they launched at the Global FinTech Fest was Credit on UPI, which was recently announced by the Reserve Bank of India. And now this feature has gone live across several banks like SBI, Axis Bank, HDFC Bank, as well as other payment companies.
That Axis Bank is a key one to note, by the way. I'm going to go in depth on that here in a second, but I do believe that Ripple might be a part of this.
Companies where customers can get pre-sanctioned credit lines via UPI itself. The second product which has been launched is UPI Lite X and Tap and Pay, which builds on the UPI Lite feature, which is for offline payments. You can preload your UPI app with some money, and you can use the QR codes, which are going to be using near-field communication technology, to just tap your phone and be able to make that payment. The third one is using conversational payments on UPI, and this product is called Hello UPI, which will allow for voice-enabled payments through UPI apps, through calls, internet-enabled devices, Alexa, for instance, where you can make payments. And the last one is Bill Pay Connect, which is essentially a nationalized number for bill payments. You can send a hi SMS and you can get the option to pay a bill, or you can give a missed call on the number. You'll immediately get a call back for verification to be able to pay your bills.
So what a massive announcement, right, from India, right? Like, these are bombshell announcements simply for the fact that this is introducing you to what the future is and what is happening right now. Because if you are outside of some of these other areas, like say for so you are in the US, right? The US is a little bit behind on a lot of this, but this is happening, and this is happening fast. A lot of people have suspected that this UPI and the things happening around UPI, right, are kind of an introduction to the CBDC system, which a lot of people can argue that it is, you know, whatever. India has been ahead of the digital revolution for a while. They've already had their plans with CBDCs. They've talked about it heavily. As we look at Ripple and Axis Bank, for an example, the reason why I brought up Axis Bank is because she does mention it significantly. And here we have it, right? Ripple-powered instant payment services now live with Axis Bank, Rack Bank, and Standard Chartered. These were three major banks. And this is 2017, mind you, right? Like, we're going back 6 years. And a lot of people will say, well, it's 6 years, it's old news, it's this, that. The old news needs to be mentioned simply because these connections are crucial to note. We do see down here that in today's increasingly globalized world, where international supply chains as well as the number of overseas workers are growing, it's imperative to have fast, transparent cross-border payments. To meet this increasing demand for real-time payment services, Axis Bank, based in India, Standard Chartered, based in Singapore, and Rack Bank, based in the UAE, will now use RippleNet to send live, fast, frictionless cross-border payments. These three major banks use Ripple's leading enterprise blockchain solution to power real-time, on-demand corporate payments from Standard Chartered to Axis Bank, and retail remittance payments from Rack Bank to Axis Bank beneficiaries. Now, live payments are completed in just minutes with the certainty of settlement. And again, this is why you need to focus on what's happening, because Ripple has already made those connections. I always say this, right? For the last 10 years, Ripple has been building out these strong connections. And this is just yet another one. And remember, right, like as we look at Axis Bank, this is all through APIs, right? We already know this. This is all through APIs. We even see here like Axis Bank, India's third largest private sector bank, has launched instant international payment services using Ripple's enterprise blockchain technology solution. And this is all through API plug and play. And we even see a few quotes here, like, while there have been significant innovations in domestic payments, cross-border remittance has seen limited developments. Using APIs and DLT, there is an opportunity to radically change the way international payments are handled. We are excited with the potential the technology has to bring innovative services to the market and help us enhance value to our customers. And there's a lot of other great quotes within this as well. At the end of the day, when we look at Axis Bank, they are a crucial piece of the puzzle with India. Now, is it the only player that is signed up for this? No, but it is the third largest Indian bank, private sector bank, by the way. And I think that this is crucial to know. And remember, like, we are seeing the big moves being made around the world, especially around the digital revolution. So you need to pay attention to a lot of these big moves being made. And also, talking about some big moves being made, SBI Holdings, announcement of acquisition of RMO license from MAS at Asia Next. This was a big one as well. Now, the first quote that I want to read from this is, Asia Next aims to open a digital asset exchange for institutional investors with the goal of providing a fair, orderly, and transparent market where institutional investors can enjoy the benefits of digital assets with peace of mind. We are seeing the infrastructure for institutional grade adoption being put in place. And remember that this is an in-principle approval from the Monetary Authority of Singapore for the Capital Market Services license. And now with the new RMO license, we will be able to establish a digital securities exchange in Singapore. This is crucial because we know that securities transactions are absolutely massive. We know that this is quadrillions of dollars. And as we really kind of look at this, the key here is MAS. Singapore is the big moment of opportunity, in my opinion, for a lot of digital asset innovation. We already know that David Schwartz is actually in Singapore. We do see I'm in the Singapore office today. If I were to join a space, 5 people would come and tackle me. So this is Singapore. Now, as we really kind of look at this, we've seen this from SBI DAH, because this is DAH, right, that has announced this. Going back to June 27th, we are excited to announce our continued participation in Monetary Authority of Singapore, Project Guardian, to explore the institutional trading of tokenized bonds and deposits to improve efficiency and liquidity in wholesale funding markets. Very interesting. At the same exact time, right, we've seen Ripple obtain an in-principle approval for major payments institution license in Singapore. This was June of 2023, at the same time that this was June 27th, 2023. And now we see David Schwartz is in Singapore, September 11th, at the same exact time that we get this big update from SBI Holdings of the announcement of an acquisition of RMO license from MAS at Asia Next. What a huge announcement. And by the way, we even do see a few people talking a little bit about this. Crypto Eddie, actually, shout out to her. To follow my running theory for the past few years that has stayed spot on, whereby SBI Group moves first and then Ripple follows with the same type move, today SBI DAH, wholly owned by Mr. Kateo, announced acquisition of an RMO license, recognized market operators for securities, from the Monetary Authority of Singapore for Asia Next to start the ready digital securities exchange in Singapore, tokenized assets, and to be combined with our cryptocurrency derivatives covering a wide range of digital assets under rigorous compliance and risk management standards. Asia Next will further require licenses based on the Payment Services Act in the future. SBI DAH also owns SBI Digital Markets, which handles digital asset issuance operations, and SBI Zodiac Custody, which operates digital asset custody operations, making it a comprehensive digital asset group. We will continue to focus more on expanding the ecosystem. As we look at this, this is absolutely massive. And we even see somebody mentioning that David Schwartz is in Singapore. It seems as though institutional grade adoption is heating up. The infrastructure is being put in place here. And the key here is also derivatives, right? We're starting to see tokenization happening in real time. And over here, we see from ISO 20022, let's do it. Ripple partner ISDA demonstrates common domain model, CDM, app for derivatives and securities, shows blockchain tab. Look at this. Blockchain being a key piece here. Wild. And also over here, Ripple partner ISDA common domain model based on Corda DLT network for derivatives and securities plus digital assets. You guys have those key pieces here. DLT is the key piece around this. Everything around the world, around finance, is now being disrupted by digital assets, DLT, blockchain. Now, again, is all of this going to flow over Ripple and XRP? No. Absolutely not. I don't think that, we need to look at it like that. But I do think that a lot of these major networks will grasp certain percentages of these markets. Things are heating up. Things are moving fast. Is it all going to happen all at once? No. But I do think that we need to start paying attention to some of these big moves being made. And I think that a lot of them are not coincidental. We know that SBI moves first and then Ripple follows through with what Crypto Eddie is saying. We've seen some of these moves being very close together. I know that SBI DAH is really kind of moving heavily on tokenization of bonds and even deposits to improve efficiency and liquidity in wholesale funding markets, which is a big one. But now we really kind of see the proof here, because even within this, we do see that the acquisition of this RMO license underscores Asia Next's rigorous compliance and risk management standards and the Singapore government's unwavering commitment to building an innovative and responsible digital asset ecosystem, ensuring that digital assets are traded in accordance with regulations. We believe that contributing to this expansion will lead to positive changes in the digital asset industry as a whole. Again, as we really kind of look at this, we're kind of on the brink of mass adoption of digital assets. This is big. And even when we look at derivatives, we look at cross-border payments, we look at all of these markets, like there's so much money that is being disrupted by this type of technology, and it's only a matter of time. And like I said, like when we go back to that first tweet from Ingrid, like the financial services evolution from 1960 to today, like this is the next banking system generation. Like we are seeing the moves being made here through, you know, either QFS or DLT. It's all moving fast. I know that it doesn't seem like it because we're not seeing the price action immediately, but I want you guys to understand that things are being put in place for the next big move. It could be, you know, a year from now, it could be 2, or it even could be this year. We don't know, but I would argue that's a little bit more in the future. You know, we are looking at global regulations by the end of 2025. So that's 2 years from now. I would argue within the next 3 to 5 years, we are going to start to see some very large moves in this game. Of course, during that time, we need to focus on the cycles. We need to make sure that we are aware that, yes, there will be gains before those big moves being made. But remember, like the big moves, the big valuations that everyone has been talking about, that will come once we see utility in terms of like a utility market really becoming a reality. So we need to be a little bit more patient. We need to be aware of the market cycles, and we need to be aware of you know, where we are at right now around blockchain and crypto. We are still very early. Only 5% of the global population owns crypto. A large portion of that probably owns Bitcoin or meme coins, not really utility tokens. So we are still very early. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.